Do you like challenges? Very often, when I ask my friends this question, the answer is, yes, let's do it. So most people believe that taking a challenge is an action. But when I ask the next question, why do you like challenges? Well, it's exciting, it's satisfying, I can prove myself, I may get a promotion, I expand my business, and this is a way to succeed. So in fact, the key driver for us to take a challenge is the why in our mind. So challenges, taking a challenge starts as a mindset. It's not just an action. And this is a mindset that anticipates all the possible positive outcomes and successes. And I call this mindset a do mindset. So with a do mindset, we only do things if we anticipate success. If we anticipate that we will fail the challenge, probably we will not take it. But the truth is, even if we have taken a challenge, we may fail. So when we fail, it's a negative outcome. It is not what we want. So we may be disappointed, we may be unhappy, we want to blame something. We blame our luck, we blame the timing, we blame our partner, we blame everyone. Some of us don't want to talk about it, and some of us will choose to walk away from it. So today, I want to share with you another mindset I call the try mindset. So instead of let's do it, let's try it. So try is just a mindset. The action may be exactly the same as the do mindset. So you still hope for the best. But instead of anticipating success, you anticipate failure. So when you anticipate failure, and failure comes, well, this is expected. So you self-reflect, you learn to improve, and you hope to do better next time. So when failure really comes, you tell yourself, let's try again. So let me use myself as an example to illustrate this try mindset. I'm a doctor, physician by training. I'm a specialist in liver diseases with special interest in viral hepatitis. So you may see me very successful today, being a young professor, winning numerous awards. But my career path was not as smooth as you can imagine. So after my basic physician training, I did not start my fellowship in liver diseases, but actually I was trained in digestive diseases, learning endoscopy. My supervisor was a very talented, very successful young professor, and I'm working with a team of young talents in very close brotherhood. I was very happy. 1 year into my training, my supervisor talked to me. Henry, our division has taken up liver diseases. I need somebody to do liver diseases and lead the team and build the team. Well, immediately I think, wow, this is a challenge. This is a great opportunity of my career. But immediately, I feel that, well, actually I may fail. I am too young to lead a team. I will be very lonely. I have to leave my big family. There's no money, there's no infrastructure, and there's no big name behind me because my supervisor was not a liver disease specialist. So if I have a do mindset with this high chance of failure, probably I should say no. I'm quite sure that I'll be very successful. If I stay in digestive disease, I stay in my comfort zone, I still can be very successful. But with a try mindset, well, this is worth the experience. It may open up a new sky to my career, and I anticipate I may fail, but it's still worth trying. So I tell myself, okay, let's try it. So I went to America, spent a year, trained in a very prestigious institution. I came back Hong Kong and started my liver research laboratory. Well, at that time, I was still very young. I was still working as a resident, having to do a lot of frontline clinical duties. And after 4 years, I still managed to publish 23 papers. It seems to be a small success, but I tell you, these papers are all published in mediocre journals. They're not well cited, and I'm still nobody. No one knows me. Well, because it's a try mindset, I anticipated that. So I self-reflect, learn to improve, and hope to better next time. So I know that, okay, I must have a big grant. I need more money to do more impactful research before I can be successful. So at that time, Hong Kong has set up an Innovation and Technology Commission calling for research proposals that may lead to new scientific discovery with a potential of commercialization. So that's big money. And then my supervisor comes to me and said, Henry, you are doing viral hepatitis research. Do you notice that some hepatitis B patients may develop liver cancer sometime in their life, but others do not? So can it be possible that some hepatitis B viruses are harboring genes that increases the risk of cancer, while other hepatitis viruses do not? Now, if our lab can fully sequence the virus, and then we work with the computer scientists to do deep data mining, maybe we can find some genetic fingerprints of the virus that we can predict who will develop cancer and who will not. Wow, that's a great idea. And I can see big opportunity. Besides the good money, it potentially can do a very impactful research, and it can be a milestone of my career. So if I have a do mindset with this anticipated positive outcome, I should immediately say yes. But I have a try mindset. So I try to anticipate failure. I went through literature. I found that no one at that time has ever sequenced the entire virus and do what we wanted to do. But there are many, many groups. They have sequenced the virus bit by bit. And there are already numerous hepatitis B virus mutations identified that are associated with liver cancer. The association was not strong. So these mutants are not good enough to be used in clinics. And then I thought, well, if I sequence the whole virus, it's highly likely that I will find those mutations. And it's highly likely that those mutants are not good enough to be used in the clinic. So I may fail. But with try mindset, well, it's still a good opportunity. I still should try. So I wrote the grant, and I was granted 4.4 million Hong Kong dollars to do this research. A good money at that time. And after 3 years working with our computer scientists, we've identified a panel of viral mutations associated with cancer. Some of them are old, being reported in the past, but some are new. And using these mutants, we have generated an algorithm that can give us a 70% accuracy to predict who has cancer and who has not. Well, we're very excited. So immediately, we filed the patent in America, in Hong Kong, in China. And we published a very good paper in a very decent journal. So you may think, well, this is a success. Do you know what happens next? The patent we filed can never be licensed to any industrial partner. And nobody else has actually used these markers in the world. It's because we try to validate these markers in another group of patients. And the algorithm did not work as well as we expect. The paper, although published in a good journal, was only cited 43 times in 10 years. A very low citation among all my publications. And the bottom line is, nowadays, with very good drugs, they can suppress the virus regardless of what mutation the virus has. So in other words, all these mutations become totally irrelevant in clinical practice. Well, I'm still happy. I anticipated that. I anticipated that 10 years ago, well before I started. I know it's useless, but I learned something. Even if I cannot make things good, I should make them look good. So, time flies. Here I am. I built my career on failures. It is a try mindset that brings me from one failure to another. So if you have a do mindset, you anticipate success. When you fail, you will be unhappy. It's a full stop. But even if you succeed, you still stop because the job is done. But with try mindset, you anticipate failure. If you fail, that's fine. I self-reflect. I learn from it. I do better next time. I try again. With repeated trying, eventually you may succeed. But even if you succeed, you still learn from it. You go back to trying, and you make the success bigger and bigger. So with a try mindset, it's not a one-time thing. The trying is a never-stopping process. Let me use another example to illustrate you the never-stopping try mindset. Now, there's one challenge that you may want to take in your life. It's a challenge that you have to do because of the vow. Yes, I do. Getting married. Huge challenge. Well, you may say getting married is an action. Yes, it's an action. But if you have a do mindset, getting married can still be the mindset. So if you have a do mindset, you anticipate all the positive outcomes of getting married. Unfortunately, the prince and princess live happily forever rarely happens outside the world of fairy tale. So when you fail, well, you may feel disappointed. You may be unhappy. You want to blame something. You blame your luck, you blame your timing, you blame your partner, you blame everybody. You may not want to talk about it, and some of you may choose to walk away from it. Of course, if you can anticipate that the marriage is going to fail, maybe you will not take the challenge, right? So this is not the right mindset to get married. So what is a try version of the do mindset to get married? Cohabitate? No, this is physical. We need something mental, okay? Dating. Let's date. So remember, date is a mindset. So it will not affect your action. You still do everything you can do, hoping for living happily forever. But you anticipate failure. So you know that when you date, there will be disagreement, there will be quarrels, there will be tears. So when this thing comes, you say, bingo, I expect that. So you self-reflect, you learn from it, hope to do better next time, and you date again. And then this is a never-stopping process, and you keep learning and learning. And then you say, hey, Dr. Chen, one day I will build my success. It's bigger and bigger. And I still get married, right? Right, you still get married. But this time, it's an action. Your mindset is still a date mindset. You get married just means you have decided to date the same person for the rest of your life. So every day when you date your husband and wife, you still anticipate failure. You anticipate disagreement, you anticipate quarrels, you anticipate tears. When this unhappy moment comes, tell yourself, I expect that. I self-reflect, I learn to improve, I do it better next time. So my friends, it is the mindset, but not the action, that determines how you take failures on challenges. If you have a do mindset, you may miss opportunities just because you're scared away from failure. And any failure will put a full stop to the challenge. It is only the try mindset that can keep you enthusiastic to jump from one failure to another. So next time, when you face a challenge, tell yourself, try this. So that's the recipe that can help you to embrace failure to pay for your success. Thank you.